When I was younger, around 92, August 24th to be exact, it was Hurricane Andrew. I say the day after Hurricane Andrew, when I realized young that the three essential things that every human needs to survive is food, shelter, and clothing. You can go oh so long without clothing. You can go a long time without shelter, believe it or not. But you can't go as long without food. Since I had a real true passion for cooking at a young age, it was easy for me to transition. When I finished school, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I knew this is what I wanted to do. I took the route as because back then I didn't know any culinary colleges or culinary schools. The only other alternative I knew was to go to Job Corps, and that's what I did. I went to Job Corps in Pine Knot, Kentucky. I took up culinary arts there. I had the chance to travel to San Francisco for advanced training. I turned it down. I had another opportunity to go to Johnson & Wales. I took that opportunity to go to Johnson & Wales, but things happened in my life to where I had to fall back from that. My son was born, so I had to seek other alternatives. But I knew this is what I wanted to do, so I jumped straight into a kitchen. I think my first kitchen job I was a server assistant at Hops. It's a burger joint, a brewery. And I was a server assistant there, and it clicked like a light switch. I knew I didn't want to be in the front of the house. I knew I was drawn to the back of the house. My next job was at Applebee's. I opened up that one, and it took off from there. Worked my way up in that chain, become an expert trainer. Had the opportunity to travel the world with that company, open up Applebee's all over. But that wasn't what I wanted to do. I still was searching for what I wanted to do. So I went around from restaurant to restaurant, corporate chain to corporate chain, mom and pop restaurants, to whoever would give me a shot in the kitchen. And I met this chef by the name of Eduardo Bruno. He's the one who really influenced me to go back to school, and take the craft serious. I never looked at cooking that could be a financial freedom. I looked at cooking as a financial stress reliever for me. That was my chi, should I say, when tickets are flying and orders are coming in, people are screaming. I'm at peace. I'm calm. I'm not worried about what's going on outside of work. I'm worried about executing this food, and that's why I think I have a real passion for cooking. So it started at a young age, to sum it up. I like that word, blossom, and that's pretty much what it boils down to. It comes to a point to where it's just like a storm. You get all the signs that the storm is coming. The wind starts to pick up, starts to rain, it starts to get a little harder. The wind starts to pick up a little more, starts to get a little bit more hectic. And it's an old saying that we have in the kitchen or where I'm from, and it's pressure busts pipes. And if you're not strong enough to will in the storm, you will burst. Your pipes will burst. And with me, it's the opposite. I try not to run away from the storm. I try to just man down and go through the storm, because you can't run away from it. You can try, but you never can run away from it, especially in the kitchen. You can give up, but the ticket's still gonna come. So the best thing to do is buckle down and drive through. Being from Miami, we're a multicultural city. We have a lot of variation of foods and different cultures of different types of culture in Miami. So we have a very big Latin cuisine, Latin influence. We have a very big Caribbean influence, very big Haitian influence, even Italian, Mediterranean. We have a lot of culinary influence in this city. So being that I was born and raised here, I had a chance to taste all these different foods. My neighbors are Hispanic, so I've tasted Latin food. I know what plantains taste like. I know what beans and rice taste like. I mean, their version. I mean, I tasted a lot. My girlfriend for a long time, she's Haitian, so I tasted Haitian food. I tasted griot. I know what good pickles tastes like. And for me, it's just, I love that we have that option. I couldn't imagine staying at a place where there's only one type of food. It was only Southern cuisine, or it was only Latin food. I can just imagine the people that stay in those type of places are very bored with the food that they eat. And to me, I feel like I'm drawn either way. I mean, one day I can get up and go get some jerk chicken. The next day I can lay down for some, beans and rice and some pastelitos, and a café con leche. I'm good with that, So that's my main influence. I mean, I consider myself a fusion type of chef. I like to take bits and pieces of here and there and make it my own. I consider myself a chef at trade, but I also like to look at myself as just like a very good cook. I really don't like to brag about putting on this chef coat, even though putting on this chef coat, it means a lot. You have to really go through the fire to really earn to say you call yourself a chef. And I've been doing this for like 15 years, and I still don't consider myself a master chef or a chef of certain caliber. I have a lot to learn, a lot to work through, but everybody can't really put on this chef. It's really you really have to have a real love and passion for this. If you don't, then you'll just be wasting your time. I just see myself as a culinary professional. Put it like that. I see myself as a culinary professional. There's nothing I really don't see myself drawn from or scared to do. I like to cook whatever. I like to make people's culinary dreams come true. So you ask me what type of chef do I see myself as? I see myself as a culinary professional. So my dream is to have a food truck, successful food truck that is. The concept behind my food truck is to really bring light to Miami street food. And some people will say, well, what is Miami street food? To me, Miami street food is every culture that comes to settle in Miami's type of food. Like with Jamaicans, it would be a Jamaican patty. With Cubans, it'll be a Cuban sandwich. With Haitians, it may be griot, With me, I want to take my twist and how I like to eat and put my little twist on these items and come up with a true Miami street food with a fusion of all the cultures into one dish or into separate, different dishes. That's my dream, that's my focus. That's really where my drive behind everything that I do is really based on that right there. And I really think I can make a really good name for myself as being a culinary professional with that. We can go back to how street food and the concept of food trucks started. So you think about it, back then in the urban areas, the backyard kitchens, the barbecue pits, the grandmas and aunties that used to cook on Sundays and sell plates, or during the week sell plates to the common working folks, that was something for us, and as it evolved into more of a lifestyle, should I say, you think about all the things that, especially in Miami, we do. We're a very cultural city, so we like to be outside, we like to be on the street corner, we like to hang out, we like to go to festivals, we like to do it all. We are a very energetic city. So the food comes into play. Some people don't like to go home and want to sit down and have a full course meal. They want to get it and go, but they still want that hominess. They still want that comfortness. To saying, what I'm eating right now is not a bag of chips. It's not a soda. It's not a honey bun. It's really some good food that I'm used to and I can really enjoy. And that's what I want to bring back. That's what I want to bring to the forefront. Being from Miami, I want to bring that cultural awareness through food. You get what I'm saying? If I can bring, may sound cliche, but if I can bring people together through food, then I think I did my job as a human being. Just being on earth, just being a child of God. I think I did what He planned me to do. Some of my major influence, other than, you know, the norm, would be like my mom, other people in my family, my uncles. Everybody in my family cooks, so it wasn't strange for a man to be in the kitchen in my family. But outside of that, you know, your basic, not say basic, but most of your celebrity chefs, I followed Emerald. I remember when he first came out on TV, I followed this man. I chased this man. Actually, I went to apply at the Lowe's Hotel in Miami Beach just to try and see if I can work at the Emerald's restaurant. I got there kind of too late. Emerald's had moved on. But, you know, he was a big influence. I loved his charisma. I like his showmanship. I love the way he involved the crowd. He had the band. He used to do the band with the seasons like that. I never seen cooking like that before until I seen him. Like, I was never entertained by cooking. It was just more like, oh, I'm gonna try this. But watching his shows really like made me think like, man, this is something that I could see myself doing this, like behind the camera, you know, making people laugh, you know, people enjoying my food. And besides him, Bobby Flay, I followed Bobby Flay when he used to have this show, when him and I forgot the other chef name, I'm so sorry, but they used to compete. Bobby Flay used to do more of a city grilling, and his co-host used to do more of a country grilling, and I used to love the grilling. Watching those guys go back and forth between traditional cooking and modern barbecuing, it was the greatest contrast to watch those two go at it. The Iron Chef shows, I love all the Iron Chefs. Chef Morimoto, had the chance to work for his company. I had the chance to meet him, have an autograph chef book around here somewhere from him. So mainly the celebrity chefs, but not too many of them. I met a couple of them, I didn't like them. Like I say, Aaron Sanchez was an awesome guy to me. He was very good. I had a chance to speak with him. Tyler Florence, I had a chance to really chat down with these guys, and they really gave me the nudge to tell me, you know, if you really like what you do and you have a love for it, you know, jump out there. That's how they did it, and that's how I'm doing it, you know. I took the chance. I'm jumping. I'm not flying yet, but I'm gliding. I'm trying to get there to create, well, it depends on the restaurant. Like working at fine dining restaurants and hotels and resorts, they give you some freedom because those places are more high-end than your traditional sit-down, casual dining restaurants. I mean, well, we can say the difference between a corporate restaurant and a resort is a corporate restaurant has set menu, and they go every quarterly and they change the menu due to seasons. But all of the restaurants in that corporation cook the same exact item, which being in a hotel or resort working with a chef that doesn't have that corporation over his head to give him the free will to say, hey, listen, I'm going to create this dish and I'm going to have specials every day. That trickles down to the line cooks and the position to say, okay, if I'm a saute cook and the chef wants a new pasta dish today, hey, it gives me the freedom to say, okay, let me go in the pantry, let me go in the freezer, let me go in the reach in, let me find out what I can get, what kind of ingredients I can do, and whip up a special. And in a decent amount of time. Being in those situations, you don't have time to go to, well, let me go Google, let me go sit down on the computer and let me look up a recipe and say, okay, let me do this today. No, you have to be on the fly. You have to really know what you're doing, you know. And I mean, it's not for everybody. I'm gonna keep re-saying that, but if you don't really have a passion for this, I mean, really, don't waste your time. Don't waste your money on going to culinary school. Just sit back and, you know, just let the people that really love doing it do it, because you're gonna grow to hate this profession. I've seen people do that. I've seen people that I've went to school with, and now we went to school for so how many long. We started working in some places, and now they're sitting in front of a computer on a telemarketing and stuff like that. And I say to them, and I look and I say, it must be boring because you're not doing what you really love to do. You know, you're not happy in your situation. People say, what's freedom and what's happiness? What's the pursuit to happiness? I feel the pursuit to happiness, or happiness, is doing something that you really love, because it's never work. If you're doing something that you really love, how can you be mad? How can you say, I hate my job, or I don't want to get up and go to work today? If you love doing it, I mean, I don't have that problem. Obviously, you can see that I love this.